Imagine buying a property today for 5 million dirhams and in just few years seeing its value grow to 8 million dirhams or even more. Sounds good, right? But believe it or not, this happens quite a lot in Dubai, especially when you invest early at the right place and with the right developer. But the question is, what's the secret behind such impressive gains and why buying early matter so much? The answer is when developers first launch a new master community, they typically start selling at lower prices and attractive prices. As the community grows with more amenities, parks, malls, schools, and more residents moving in, the value naturally starts to increase. Each new phase of clusters that's launched usually comes at a higher price, automatically increasing the value of early phases. I've seen this happens many times. Seasoned investors have bought properties early and made huge profit by simply getting in first. Later in this video, I'll share some real life examples of these successful communities and investors, people who took action at the right moment and watched their investments grow. But that's not all. Stick around till the end because I'll also give you an exclusive sneak peek into an exciting new master community coming very soon. It is being developed by one of the Dubai's most respected and trusted developers. And believe me, it could be your next big investment opportunity. But before we get into real life examples of successful early investors and well established communities, let me explain you what a master community actually is. You have likely heard the term before, but what does it really mean? Simply put, a master community is a large scale, carefully planned development made up of several smaller communities or clusters. Think of it as a mini city inside Dubai, developed by big names you trust like Emaar, Nakheel, Emirates, or Dubai Properties. These communities are not just random buildings, they are thoughtfully designed to offer residents everything they need in one place. Townhouses and villas, malls, schools, hospitals, offices, parks and places to relax and have fun, all conveniently located within the same community. Now, here's the exciting part, the secret sauce to making money in these communities. When developers first announce a new master community, they start selling the earliest cluster at the lowest possible prices. Now you might ask why? Because at this point, the area is still under development, infrastructure and amenities are still being built, and there's a lot of construction happening. It might feel a bit uncertain in the beginning, but smart investors see it as a great investment opportunity. They notice the potential, which others don't. They buy early, often in bulk when the prices are still very low. And as the community grows and gets fully developed, prices naturally go up, sometimes by a lot. The investors who took the risk early usually get the highest returns and make the most profit. Developers in Dubai have a very clear strategy when it comes to pricing these master communities. When they first launch a brand new community, developers set the price at the initial phases at the lowest possible level. But again, the question is, why do they do this? Simple, to attract investors like you. By keeping prices attractive early on, they quickly create demand, excitement, and momentum around the project. Now, once those first few phases sell out, and trust me, they usually sell out fast because seasoned investors know how things work. Developers release the next clusters, but at this time at a higher price. Typically, you will see prices jump by around 10 to 15% with every new cluster launch. And this increase happens again and again with each new phase. By the time the last clusters are ready to sell, the community is already active and developed. The infrastructure, parks, malls, and other facilities are almost finished. More people are living there, the occupancy level is high, and the area feels lively. At this stage, prices are usually 50% higher or even more compared to what was first buyers paid. And this strategy clearly shows why buying early in any master community is a smart decision. You get to lock in the lowest price possible and watch your investment steadily grow in value as the community takes shape. Now, let's get into some of the real life examples of how this smart investment strategy has actually worked in Dubai's most popular communities. Let me give you a real example of 3 villa communities in Dubai. The first community was launched around 20 years ago. The second community was launched around 10 years ago. And the third community only about 5 to 6 years ago. Each of these developments faced different market cycles, times when the market went up, times when the market went down, and even challenging periods like COVID. But here's the important thing. Investors who bought properties early in these communities and held onto them for a long term made amazing returns. It didn't matter if there were economic ups and downs along the way because these properties were in good locations by trusted developers. Their values steadily increase. Investors made some serious money just by holding onto their homes and giving them time to grow. And this is exactly why buying early is so powerful. Time, patience, and location combined with a reliable developer can turn your investment into an incredible profits. Now, let's look at some real examples of how buying early in Dubai's master communities has brought huge profits to investors. First, let's start with Emirates Living. This is one of Dubai's earliest and most successful master communities built by Emaar. Back in the late 2000s, when Emaar introduced villas in the meadows, the price was surprisingly low. Believe it or not, a 5-bedroom villa in the meadows was originally sold for just around 1.8 million dirhams. Fast forward to today, and guess what? That very same villa is now worth at least 11 million dirhams, or maybe even more. So, how did this incredible increase happen? It's simple. Each new cluster launched by Emaar was priced higher than the last one. Over nearly 2 decades, Emirates Living grew into a thriving, family-friendly community filled with schools, parks, community mall, and great amenities. Naturally, as the area became more popular, the demand increased and the prices soared. Let's look at another example, Dubai Hills Estate. Emaar launched this community in 2015, and investors who got in early made some amazing returns. Back then, a 5-bedroom villa in Sidra cost about 5 million dirhams. Today, the exact same villa sells for around 14 million dirhams, more than double its original price. But the question is, why did this prices jump so much here? Again, every new phase in Dubai Hills Estate was priced higher than the previous one. The introduction of premium classes like club villas and golf plays further increased the community's overall value. And today, Dubai Hills Estate is home to a massive mall, an 18-hole championship golf course, excellent schools, hospital, and a fantastic lifestyle. It's clear why it's become one of Dubai's most desirable addresses. Let's move on to another more recent example, Arabian Nights 3. When villas in the first phase of Kaya 1 launched, a 5-bedroom villa was priced around 5.8 million dirhams. Today, even though these villas are not yet handed over and the community is only about 30% complete, they're already selling on a secondary market for around 10 to 11 million dirhams. And the exciting part is, the prices are expected to climb even higher. Once Arabian Nights 3 is fully developed, complete with beautiful landscaping, parks, school, shopping areas, the metro connectivity, property values are set to appreciate even more. And lastly, let's quickly look at apartment investments. Back in 2018, Bluewaters Island was introduced by Emirates. At that time, you could buy a 2-bedroom apartment for around 2.9 million dirhams. Today, the same exact apartment sells for around 8 million dirhams or more. But why this apartment's value grows so rapidly? Initially, Bluewaters Island was under construction with lots of uncertainty, but once completed, it quickly became a major attraction in Dubai. With Ant Dubai, the world's largest observation wheel, luxury hotels, beachside restaurants, and stunning apartments, naturally demand surged and the prices skyrocketed. All these examples clearly show one simple yet powerful lesson. When you invest early in prime locations, especially with reliable developers, and patiently hold your investment, you set yourself up for significant profits over time. So remember, if you are considering investing in Dubai, choosing a great location, buying early, and sticking with trusted developers can lead you to amazing returns. But investing early is not just about the increasing property prices. There are other plenty of benefits you get by jumping it at the right beginning. First, when you buy early at the lowest possible prices, your return on investment, your ROI, becomes much stronger. This means you get higher rental income and better capital growth compared to someone who buys later. For example, investors who bought townhouses in Arabian Nights 3 back in 2019 for around 1.2 to 1.3 million dirhams are now renting these homes for about 160, 170,000 dirhams per year. That's impressive rental return, far better than what new buyers can achieve today. Secondly, early buyers usually get the best payment plans from the developers. At the start of the project, developers offer more flexible, attractive payment terms to encourage investors to come in early. But as the project progresses and demand grows, these payment plans become aggressive, making it more challenging and more expensive for late buyers to enter the market easily. Another huge advantage of investing early is that you do not have competition from the secondary market or the resale market. In the initial stages, only the developer is selling properties. This means there are no other resale listings available on Property Finder or Bayut or Dubizzle, which keeps prices stable and prevents undercutting. Once resale listings become available, prices can fluctuate more because of market supply and demand, creating more uncertainty for later buyers. So finally, as the community develops, property values naturally increases. When you first invest, the area might seem underdeveloped, perhaps even isolated. But gradually, roads, metro connectivity, malls, schools, hospitals, and other essential amenities get built, transforming the community and significantly raising property values. So, clearly, buying early has multiple advantages, not just price appreciation. You get better return on investment, attractive payment plans, less competition, and the benefit of seeing the community grow and thrive around your investment. Now, wouldn't it be exciting to know about the next big investment opportunity in Dubai? Let's talk about that now. There's a brand new master community launching very soon, developed by one of Dubai's top and most trusted developers. What makes this one special? It's located in the future hotspot of Dubai, an area where the government of Dubai itself is investing heavily in infrastructure and development. This new community will feature standalone villas. That's something we rarely see in newly launched master communities nowadays. These standalone villas will make this community particularly attractive, not just for investment, but also for end users looking for their dream home with a strong long-term value. And there are a few features which unfortunately I cannot reveal now. If you are seriously considering investing early and taking advantage of Dubai's rapid growth, now is the perfect time. Demand is extremely high for this upcoming community. Securing a unit would not be easy, but working with a top agency like us means you will have an access, especially if you're a bulk buyer. I have also prepared a complete presentation, including a financial plan tailored for bulk buyers. I cannot reveal all the details just yet, but if you are interested, let's connect. If you are in Dubai, I would love to meet you at my office in Dubai Hills Estate and personally walk you through this amazing opportunity. And if you're not currently in Dubai, no problem. We can easily have a Zoom call and I'll explain you everything about this upcoming master community. So, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with anyone else who might be looking to make a smart real estate investments in Dubai. This is Umair Abbas from Experienced Realty, and I'll see you in the next video.